kind of direct approach, looking at the distance, but you got to believe in the power and the technique. It's inviting though.
So Solomons, his first touch in the league this season, sends the free kick wide of the mark.
The body's still cold. The engine hasn't added yet.
Now Rashford Dortley is the latest player to go down. Yelena Putuma will get a yellow card. Kicks him in the midriff.
Yeah. That's a mawashikiri in karate language. Kyokushinkai, let's put it that way.
So a whole host of changes taking place here for Richards Bay. Dama, Flongo, Tuneka, all making way. And Gumede, Sitebe and Figueiredo are on.
I think they need him. He can make things happen. When he's in possession, he likes taking players on, and he's got good passes, nice little 1-2s. Always likes taking shots outside the box. This is the time.
So what kind of impact will these fresh legs have on the encounter? I think in particular people will be keeping an eye on Sitebe, a player who spent 2 seasons at Kaizer Chiefs.
He was patient, he waited for this moment. I'm not sure whether too happy when he left, but yeah, I believe he had to. As a man that I think can make things happen. Figueiredo.
Well, he was with Amazulu for 5 seasons, Sitebe, before he departed for Chiefs. His influence dropped in his second season with Amakosi, having initially made a fairly sizable impact.
Straight passes. Nothing. He looks frustrated.
Here's Sebe. Allen leaves it for Tieno. Mabua. I think he's taking the captain's armband now. Sudwana seizes upon it, and well, the idea was there, just didn't quite come off for them. Mart beating Sitebe to the ball. Oh, Yusuf Mart has always had a story to tell after facing Richards Bay. A red card the first time he ever met them, now the assist to give them the lead here. In fact, also credited with the assist when they beat Richards Bay in last season's corresponding fixture. Lay on the ball for Kuchpile Ngobo to net with a low driven shot from well outside the area. Figueiredo. Sitebe turns it in field where it was met by Moses Mtembu, who scored 1 goal last season, and it was here at this venue, Peter Mokaba Stadium, in a losing cause against Skukune earlier this year.
left your work cut out. Richards Bay. Just try and see if they can exploit certain areas. When Chiefs is operating, of course the Chiefs will try and have numbers at the back in defense of their lead.
Well, it will be a nervy second period for the Kaizer Chiefs. They might have anticipated coming out of the break. But the lead remains intact, at least for the time being here. Figure Sundwane. There's Mputuma. Shrindortli trying to make the clearance. Ricochets back to Brandon Peterson, player who made 8 appearances in the league last season for Kaizer Chiefs, kept 4 clean sheets. But the last of those appearances coming more than a year ago in October. A 2-1 loss to Le Montfort Golden Arrows. And Santembu gets past one and then dragged down by Tetwa just outside the area.
Someone is taking responsibility now on the side of Richards Bay. They're much more aggressive in the approach, causing Chiefs all kinds of problems defensively, and the commitment of committing fouls just around the box could be dangerous for them. I think this one is very inviting. And the question is, how do you play this one? You play it on the far side of the left-hand side, but sometimes players defy the odds, do the impossible. Play it on the near post, where the goalkeeper normally covers the area, but just that space requires good technique.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, numbering stuff, schooling stuff. Puzzle, look at the channel, puzzle,
A critical moment in this game as we approach the hour mark.
So namanje ngiyasaba nje ukuthi in life.
Mabuya
Show the
is
scoreboard,
just
please.
assembling all of his own in front of the Kaizer Chiefs barricade.
He looks confident.
The sign layer. Yeah, the rightful
Does
owner
have
of the
a goal this season. Mabuya
so many bonus nje
came in the Carling knockout.
Ngithume
Chitere
kancane.
alongside him.
Please zoom to the back a little bit.
And it is Mabuya. Drops onto the roof of the nets. Came down just a fraction too late.
Yeah.
Oh, another loss for Chiefs. No, Kaizer Chiefs is leading.
Because
Yabona le S layer
Ikhrempe.
izosifaka enkingeni.
oh, the steps.
Kaizer
That
Chiefs iyalida.
Was a tricky one. If it was on target, I don't think he would have gotten to the end of that one. Well taken. There, it wasn't taken quick enough. And what happened to the keeper?
Maybe just an awkward landing. He's nursing the knee that has given him so many problems in the past. Good free kick from Mabuya.
Chiefs was gonna be leading 5-0
Player
by
who's been
now.
ever present in the league
Like they missed out a lot.
for Richards Bay this
They
season.
won a chance abaningi but dominating. Manje they have a red card. First law to be red card, so they play 10.
Richards Bay
It's 1-0,
So far,
guys. Kaizer Chiefs.
this campaign
Kaizer Chiefs is leading.
played
Uduba
4 away
scored,
games. They've
I think it's 27
lost 3 of those, drawn the 1.
So I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Last season they pulled off an improbable victory late in the campaign against Orlando Pirates, who had been unbeaten in 8 years and 23 home league games against KZN teams. This is the goal that still separates the two sides, courtesy of Wandile Duba.
He took it so well. But we've got to credit the supply as well. He played on the far side. Sides puts the ball into the net.
Nasruddin Nabi not afraid to field the youngsters he has available to him. Andile Duba, still just 20 years of age.
It's time we've seen this working for the likes of Stellenbosch. Bring all the youngsters and because some of them have made
I
a
don't even
move.
want to say the
Dupree
name
has
of
now
the
joined
streaming
the same Kaizer Chiefs. Big in
needs to
terms
make
of
a line to the back.
bringing
But
youngsters.
if
I think it's a team
the name of
under
the streaming
construction, Kaizer Chiefs.
block and Jenny so when
Nabi is up off the bench in the dugout now. Probably prior to the match that he probably wouldn't be up off his seat all too often. He's still technically recovering from that knee surgery. In consultation with his first assistants, Khalil Ben Yusuf, along with Cedric Kaizer, were in charge a couple of weeks ago for a Home of Legends Cup, which they won, penalty shootout against Mamelodi Sundowns, having beaten Lamont for Golden Arrows in the semi-final. Goals from Fundafila Kaizer early on, and Ngobo is not available today through injury. He scored on his 25th birthday. Now here's Sitebe's free kick. Ooh. It's close. We got a goal earlier than Funeka had been withdrawn, but he's clearly still on the field. That was not the graphics reflected, but the captain's still on.
Run, how do?
Shabalala.
March, don't take it back, please.
Yusuf Marx.
Ish.
That flies into Sitebe.
No. Ish.
Figueredo. No touch from Peterson. Then with Kubete and Sitebe, two subs combined. Mabua. Figueredo.
Was the handball? Yes.
Yeah.
He's trying to do a Maradona, but at the ground level. Didn't go too high. Justice said, score a yellow.
I'm explaining, I can't show the rightful owners of the stream, otherwise this is blocker. This is the looks like thing.
Trying to disguise it, but well spotted by Cedric Mubali. He's been a professional referee now for approaching 9 years. Eagle-eyed. Well, as the game wears on, it's been almost a quarter hour since Reef Rossler was dismissed. And the Chiefs fans present here are beginning to identify that Richards Bay, whilst they may pose a little bit more of a threat, and not making it look as though they're playing against 10 men.
They've got balance, of course. They've gambled a little bit to try and add the numbers going forward. And they have to play in that way because they're training. They can't be sitting back and trying to focus too much on defense when they're training.
Shabalala, the header, looking for Wanila Duba, goes down in a pile. Solomon's clearance. Back to Brandon Peterson. Shuts it off the head of Sundwana.
The score is 1-0.
Marks.
If we zoom
Lovely pass from Yusuf.
Nice goal! If I show like the streaming rights, they're gonna block us for copyright because the S layer. So the score is 2-0. I'm getting other I'm so sorry, but he scored. Kaizer Chiefs is leading 2-0. Dupree.
Composure as well. Technique is also very important, and it is actually Dupree who gets it right. It's good for his confidence. Leading that front line, he's got the pace.
Never is so much. I have to do it back.
But hey, I know somewhere he's celebrating. Route one situation, you would have thought they could have done with this one better. They didn't. He threw the ball back in the midfield. Route 10 under pressure takes a decision to try and place the ball. Give credit to this man, the captain, Yusuf Mart, who won the ball in the midfield, and the pass to Dupree, who did not disappoint. It's a good goal that he scores. Credit to the captain for setting him up. Good turn.
Good turn.
Good placement.
Oh my goodness. Sensational.
Two outstanding assists from Yusuf Mart in this match, having come into the game without assisting a goal in the Betway Premiership yet this season. It's also that he's managed against Richards Bay.
You are likely to concede when the focus is to try to come back into the game and you're trailing 1-0. So there were too many gaps which the speed of the play exploited that. And Yusuf Mart winning the ball in the center of the park and setting up Dupree. Looks good for Chiefs. 2-0.
And now the stadium erupts into song. And despite the fact that the team still have 20 minutes to see out with just 10 men, many will feel as though this cushion is more than enough against a Richards Bay side that have been so front of goal.
Amakose Ajabulile. You know, that have come out in numbers. They're all out here supporting Chiefs. Of course, the beauty as well. It's the jerseys. Every season out, they get the latest jersey.
Last season, Richards Bay gained 8 points from losing positions. Doesn't look as though they'll be able to pull anything back here this evening as Kaizer Chiefs make another couple of changes. Sankelo Zwane is coming on here with Anye Duba coming off. Dushabalala also making way. And we will see the introduction of the Botswana International, Titi Titlokwe.
Listen, it's all about sorting out or getting yourself tight at the back in terms of defense. And this young man, he's got a variety of passes. He can play short, he can play, long-range passes, the accuracy. I think for me, he remains one for the future, and there's an opportunity for him to stamp its authority. There are great players, of course, that played in that role. Tenshinengo Mashe, Willard Katsande, and I'm sure Willie Penman will say I also played there.
And first minutes in the Betway Premiership this season for Titlokwe, and first touch for Zwane. Was looking to release Ashley Dupree. Prior to his goal, might have been one of those that was being considered for replacement. Jetla enjoying his first outing of the season. Mabuya's delivery. Nicely away from Simango. Bradley Cross. Ping it forwards. Well cut out. Keegan Allen. Butuma. Tembu. Back to Allen. Mabua. Simple Mabua. Works it out wide. Into his 5th season with Richards Bay is Mabua, since joining from Real Kings.
It's all about game management now for Chiefs. You mentioned the corporate that has just come on to strengthen himself defensively, Chiefs. What's next? Do they venture forward, take risks and add numbers going forward? Betway is still there. You can take them for pace. So there's a risk.
To Betway fresh from 2 games with Botswana during the international break. There's actually Betway races onto this one, half against Keegan Allen. Speaking of Betway, managed a draw against Mauritania to set them up in their final game to qualify with just a point against Egypt, which is precisely what they managed to get. Took the lead early in that game. They saw it cancelled out fairly swiftly, but then held on for a 1-1 draw against the Pharaohs to finish second in their group and qualify for Morocco next year. A record number of COSAFA participants at the end of 2025, the tournament that starts in December 2025 and goes through into 2026, midway through January. Flung forward by Allen, a little aimlessly. Titlokwe, Mtetwa, cross. Stolen away from the feet of Zwane. Taneka. Sundwana. Tucked back by Yusuf Mart, free kick for the visitors. Quarter hour remaining here at the Peter Mokaba Stadium.
He's done well, Mark. Defensively, he's been very solid. Good leadership as well. Now it is required because one man down. So there has to be some good leadership.
The flag raised for offside.
There's still time for Richards Bay to try and bounce back.
It could be a very, very difficult season for the Natal Rich boys. They'll host Amazulu this weekend. See if the Usutu resurgence continues under their recently installed co-coaches who've had time to work with the team now during the break. But Richards Bay struggled in the previous campaign. Even their debut campaign, they started so wonderfully well, and then a dramatic capitulation that saw them almost sucked into that relegation battle. Then last season finished 15th. Coach Vusimuzi Vilakazi did tremendously well with them towards the end of the season. 16 points from their last 8 matches. Again, only the top 2 managed more over that same period of games. 5 wins in their last 8. It was as many as they had managed in 39 previous league games. So it was a surprise, I think, for some to see Coach Vivi relieved of his duties, and he will have a point to prove this coming weekend with Amazulu.
I thought he had done a tremendous job. And again, you're not part of the boardroom setup. It's not so easy to understand why they would not have stayed with him. It's mainly because he went through tough times with them.
Yeah.
In situations where you would have thought maybe they might not come back to the big league.
Just to illustrate how well Richards Bay had initially done upon entering the top flight as an unknown quantity. Their first 16 games, so basically the first half of their debut season in the Premiership, 11 clean sheets in 16 games. Since then, they have managed just 13 clean sheets in 52 matches. And that in and of itself tells a story. Kaizer Chiefs have a dozen or so minutes to see out before they keep their very first Betway Premiership clean sheets. Taneka. Sitebe. Figueiredo. Number 10. The 23-year-old has taken his eye off that. Keeps going and still keeps going.
Goal, guys.
He's rolling into part use of Marks.
Goal.
Crowd, sensational performance from Marks.
Oh my
Credit to Ashley Dupree for continuing to surge forward despite appearing to be fouled a couple of times.
He has been too good, Dupree. Leading that front line, but also unselfishly setting up and himself. Look at when he wins the ball.
Look at the
Catch me if you can. They try, they fail, two players. This is what happens. You play back. He does well there. I thought he should have played back to the man that set him up, but he wanted glory for himself. He was not even looking on the side of Dupree. He wanted glory for himself, and he hits the target. It's embarrassing for him as a captain, and one-on-one open net.
Give us credit for his third assist of the evening.
Is another gas.
Kaizer Chiefs making changes here with Ashley Dupree, making way for
Yusuf
Yusuf Mark as well. Yeah, Yusuf Mark
is also coming on board, the two of them.
Ashley Dupree make way here for Christian Saile. Bags of pace will cause Richards Bay all kinds of problems in their closing moments. And then Jabula Blom on loan from St. Louis, currently back at the club where it all began for him. Manu will turn 25 in a fortnight time, 2 weeks time. Jabula Blom celebrating his birthday.
Well, nasty, as they say.
Christian Saile has had a big part role this season. A man from the DRC. There's plenty of it. So, in that particular regard, like for like with Ashley Dupree in terms of the pace that he brings to the game, that hasn't appeared in the league since September. Christian Saile.
I've yet to place him in a position where I think he's much more suited. They've always played him on the right-hand side.
Is it the suit of that loose ball?
The front line, yeah.
Temple to Sitebe. Sundwana, Muneka combined. Skipper again. Looping in a little ball from Putuma. Okay, a little uneasily is Brandon Peterson.
Wonder what could be the problem. The good thing for Chiefs is that this game is played in their temps because they're able to dictate, drop the pace when they needed to, and you can see that they knew they had the ammunition when it comes to Dupree. This is the man sandwich by 2 players. And then collide, he doesn't even know what happened here because he did not participate. It's just teammates that collided.
Keith Allen gets the head of both players into his face in quick succession. Keith Allen has had trouble with head injuries in the past. I remember with Swallows, if I recall, the ambulance had to come on, get Moses Mabhida Stadium. It was bleeding profusely from the nose, so they seem to have, just for the time being, stopped the bleeding.
He's a big boy. He's gonna come back. I can see in the touchline he wants to come back as quick as possible, but I think the medics are trying to help him sort it out. Can report that he seems to be ready to come back.
Putuma held his run. Peterson makes the save. Touch back to him by Ditlokwe and cleared by the goalkeeper. That is still intact. Brandon Peterson staking a claim for starting berth against Royal AM right here this coming weekend. As I said, Tuari's in the stands. He's travelled the team. There are a few players who travel with the team because they have slight knocks but might be in contention for the weekend. And Peterson is closing in on the team's first clean sheet of the season, so he would like to be in contention against a team that Chiefs drew 0-0 with twice last term. It's a game that characteristically has produced goals against Royal AM, and they have had a difficult time against Royal AM in the past. Kaizer Chiefs could call them a bit of a bogey team. Unbeaten their last 4 in all competitions against Royal AM, but prior to that, Royal AM had got the better of them several times in succession, including that first ever meeting at an Erie FNB that was completely empty during the COVID restrictions.
That's
4-1, that was the score that day.
Those are the times when the Ghetto Blast was always
The
out.
Ghetto Blaster was out. I think the person who was sporting the Ghetto Blaster all those years ago has a fair few problems that might result in him not being present on the weekend. Nick. Tim. Figure in a first touch. Kumete getting the better of Cross. It's trying to stand one up towards the back post. Now they're having a go in these final minutes on Richards Bay. It's a good block tackle from Dylan Solomons. Ambuya. That's interesting. Saina comes away with it. Bloms with it. Now Zwane as well. Saina from quite some way out. Ambitious, to say the least.
I think this move was all about him. He wasn't ready to set up for any other teammate, and I'm saying so because he had an option on the left-hand side to set up his teammate, but he wasn't willing to give that.
Jimmy Simango. Starting for just the second time in the league. And so against Magesi. Game which they conceded twice. Much better outing here. Both times he started because Miguel has been suspended. And he's trying to stake his claim as he's starting right centre back going forward, regardless of whether the Angolan is available. Dortley, the Final International, has seemingly nailed down that left centre-half position in competition with Titi de Klokwe, two left-footed centre-halves.
I've always said this is in their work in progress and positive progress, because you actually can see the competitive spirit as well. Willingness to just express themselves. Of course, now it's about consolidation defensively and build a proper rhythm in the midfield, and strikers that will build up a very strong and insatiable appetite to score goals.
Back to Gumede, decent cross in, and Butuma has completely fluffed that. Dorothy away. Into the first of half a dozen additional minutes. Butuma has pulled one back. And we are going to have a fantastic finish on our hands here.
What a header. Look at how he gets up, Grant.
Well, if ever, Brian, you've seen two more contrasting headers at goal in quick succession. And we've just seen it from Butuma.
Look at his frame. You look at the frame of the defenders that Chiefs has. He's watching. Look at how he gets up. Makes it look easy. The delivery was exquisite, in swing, and all he did was to get up and direct it, angle it so right. Great technique. Great technique. Beauty. No chance.
As the rain begins to intensify, Richards Bay have a sniff. They've scored just their second league goal of the season. There's been approximately 11 hours between their two goals in the Betway Premiership this term. As we confirm for you that Brandon Peterson's immediate reaction after that goal has seen him booked. Now, can Chiefs hang on? Samilan Sindwana for his role also seen yellow. 4 minutes to see out.
Four minutes is a lot of time to get another goal. Can be Chiefs. Can be the same. Richards Bay.
And the clean sheet eludes them once again. Was already A club record in the PSL era. Start the season, 5 games without a clean sheet. That unwanted record extends a little further. To try again against Royal AM on the weekends. Peterson for an easy claim. Brennan Trutter will be under serious pressure and knows it, urging his charges on. Brad across to Blom. Giving him some money. Solomons.
Brings in good work ethic defensively and offensively as well.
Nervous Nabi. No foul. Chiefs play on. Cross. Zwane. Brand cross again. Into space for... That's the tamest shot you're ever likely to see, if we can even call it a shot.
Listen, I think only he can tell us what he's trying to do. Because I thought he wanted to chip it, but at the same time I looked at it and I thought, no. They always say, the first thing that comes to mind is to do that.
Figueiredo works himself some space. Figueiredo blasted over the top.
Is this the sort of game where we could see a surprise here? Late goal scored. Score ends 2-2. With this man involved, Figueiredo just couldn't get that one on target.
Under 90 seconds to go and shrugged off the clock went far too easily. Just couldn't keep his effort down. Much to the dismay of Brendan Trutter. Neither side has been particularly accurate with their shooting. Only 5 of the 20 total shots between both sides have hit the targets. Now, inside, a final minute of additional time. Sitebe. Oxentetwa. Pushes onto the loose ball. Now they can't afford to lose concentration here. From the throw in, Ndwana steals a few yards. Mabuya. And it will be a goal kick. That should be that. The thunder begins to rumble around Makaba Stadium. They wait only for the whistle here.
These are crucial moments for Chiefs in terms of defending the lead. But this is a possible moment. But no, it's not going to happen. I think the referee has blown the whistle.
The referee has blown the whistle and Kaizer Chiefs are back to winning ways, so they have to do it the hard way. They move to 10 points.